So what I want to talk about this week, my time that I have during the weekends, just run my mouth. One thing I wanted to talk about was, and I was thinking about this last week, alt-right. People want to talk about this alt-right. And I wanted to get into that and shoot you straight and tell you, it's like this. Then this shooting happened down in New Zealand, and like 49 people got shot. I mean, that's like Pulse nightclub numbers. It was 49, 50 in Pulse nightclub. A normal person has a hard time wrapping their mind around that. Just imagine 49 bodies stacked up. Imagine in an action film, 49 bodies just laying on the ground. And the reporting on this kind of ties into this, what I want to talk about, alt-right. They wanted to portray this guy as on the right. I don't know if I heard the alt-right terminology on this guy, but they wanted to portray this guy. Well, this is what happens when Donald Trump, and he talks and he gets people worked up. All right. This guy didn't like Donald Trump. He was not a Donald Trump supporter. It was in his manifesto. So, that right there. But then you see the reporting on this goes to, oh, well, who shoots up a bunch of Muslims in a mosque? It's got to be somebody who's a conservative. No. Actually, turns out this guy was not. I don't know what he was. Smart money would be on the left. In fact, I would not be shocked if this guy went into this action to play the media, knowing what the reporting was going to be like. Being a leftist and going on, committing this heinous act, right? So, also with that, I'm going to say anybody of the Judeo-Christian faith, we send our prayers, we send our thoughts, our sympathies, and our condolences to anybody affected by this. It doesn't matter that they don't share our faith. All right? It doesn't matter if the victims at the Pulse nightclub in a homosexual nightclub, don't share my political views and probably disagree with me. You do it because if you Alexandria Ocasio-cerebral cortex, you don't understand this. Some people don't. It's what you do, because when somebody, a fellow human being, somebody who was innocent, and their life was taken, and the people affected by that, they're going through hell, you want to try and help them pull them out of hell. And obviously, no doubt the people who down in New Zealand who are affected by this, they're going through hell. And we want to let them know they're not alone, and we're here as fellow, just decent people, that we're out there to help pull them out. All right. Thoughts and prayers. And if you're one of those people, say, well, we'll give you thoughts and prayers doing that, you know what? Go pound sand. Anyway, I had to get that out of the way, because it's just a terrible, terrible thing. Whether it's a natural disaster or man-made disaster, you always pray for people who are suffering. So, the reporting on this, they want to make this guy out to be some sort of conservative. Oh, this is a Trump supporter. Oh, this is what happens when Trump runs his mouth. And it was like those tiki torch bearing, as they bear a tiki torch. And in Charlottesville, a few years ago, they wanted to say they were alt-right. Oh, it's the alt-right. No, they were Nazis. They were neo-Nazis. They're on the left. Viewer, as you are looking at me, it's that way, on the left. All right? There is no alt-right. They weren't alt-right. They were alt-left. They may have been white supremacists, and people on the left, they can fight each other all the time. Socialists, fascists, Nazis, communists, monarchists, juntas. They can all fight each other because they're all vying for power. They don't want to share power with some other group. Maybe they want to use racial arguments to advance their power. But they can fight each other. But on the right, there's kind of only one way to do it. Now, we've got differences of opinions. But before I proceed any further here, let me explain something to you, sir. Right is less government. The left is more government. That's how it goes. That's the political spectrum. There's no big three-dimensional thing or circle or sphere of political spectrum. It's left and right. And if you're on the right side, as you were viewing the right, you want less government. And if you're on the left, you want more government. Right? Now, the only real alt-right position you might be able to argue is total abolishment of government, anarchism. But we know that's not really a thing. That's a transitional period. That's usually people on the left who want more government. They're just not satisfied, and the government that they have right now that exists isn't what they want, so they use anarchism to abolish it, and then there's total chaos, and then they come in to take the place with whatever they want. So, more great production value here. Sorry, very expensive prop. All right, freedom plus government equals a constant. I'm kind of a math guy. I was a little analytical here. So this visual aid is meant to help you out in the way I think. All right, this is just an analogy. Freedom plus government equals a constant. This C means it stays the same. It's not variable. It stays the same. All right? So that means if you have more government, you have less freedom. Increasing government means freedom goes down. If you want more freedom, you decrease government. All right? That's just an axiom in life. It's the way it is. That's why I call this little thing, what I do, it's like this. It's like that. All right? And you've got libertarians who want even less government, and conservatives who want a moderate amount of government. Yeah, okay, there's a little bit of leeway on the spectrum and different things. And like you said, it used to be back in the days of our foundings, big government was monarchs. It was a king. There were kaisers and czars and sultans, and with us, the United States, forming a republic, not that we were the first ones to form a republic, but got a republic. It seemed to be working out pretty damn good. Kind of led the way. U.S. prominence in the world rose, and people kind of wanted that, and these monarchies things kind of weren't real hot anymore. So they come up with new names for these positions for people who wanted big government. All right, they adopted the term of like president, or premier, or chancellor, or prime minister, or whatever the hell. All right, doesn't mean that they don't have the same kind of power that the old kings and kaisers and czars and sultans had. They didn't have royal and noble ranks, dukes and earls, and they just started calling themselves commissars, and make it sound all warm and fuzzy now, like the People's Republic of China. It's the People's Republic. Yeah, bullcrap. The Democratic Republic of Germany. That was East Germany. That was the Eastern Bloc. Democratic Republic of Germany. Sounded nice, warm, and fuzzy until you meet somebody from the Stasi. But that's all leftists, Nazis, people who want more government. And there's just alternate versions of that. So there's no alt-right. They try to put this out there, news media, to say, oh, well, there's crazies on all sides. No, there's crazies over here on the left. Yeah, there's some crazies, I guess. I mean, our crazies on the right, they usually just kind of keep to themselves. I mean, by the nature of people who want less government, they just want to be left alone. So they don't get into government. They don't get into news media because they don't like sticking their nose in everybody else's business, and they just want the same for them. Just stay out of my business. Alright? That's the right. Just be left the hell alone. Everybody on the left, there's just different versions of big government. Different labels, and they'll fight amongst themselves for that power because they don't want to share it with other groups. It's in their nature. That's what leftist is. So the next time you hear somebody say, oh, the alt-left, those are those crazy people, crazy people on both sides. Well, still looking for that mass murderer who came from the NRA. Still looking for, that conservative, constitutional, moderate conservative who blew up a bunch of people. Still looking for that guy. I don't know. Help me out here. Somebody's going to come up with something obscure. I don't know. But this guy down in New Zealand, not conservative. I'm not even going to go down any of the list. But that's it for this week.